All right, welcome all to another amazing, informative, inspiring session. And today is week session 4, week 5, and Dr. Shan has been helping us through this excellent series, and I've been getting a lot of good vibes in the community, and I'm super happy that you all found it useful. So this is the special series on autism awareness workshop, especially focusing on autism ADHD and hyperactivity, Siddha Femtomed perspective. On it's a 6 weeks of free program series, and so glad to have our workshop leader, Dr. Shan Lakshmanan, who is the Harvard University trained scientist, and also a health coach, has been into the field for a very long time, as an internationally well-known person. Yeah, without further ado, Dr. Shan, over to you.
Thank you, Mahendiran ji, so for introducing. And so we are today. Is this the fifth session? I guess, right?
The total fifth, but this series fourth one. This
okay,
is fourth one.
Yes, we have 2 more. Okay.
2 more.
Yes.
21 and 28.
Yeah. Okay. So today's topic, I will cover about our biomagnetic enhancement technique and photomedicine, what is the connection and how this is going to affect the brain and the behavior. So this is one of the things I'm talking about. So we looked at how many of you were there when we were doing the taste parameter. We were checking the taste parameter. How many of you were there? You can raise your hands. Rupal, yes. I think SK was also there. Shashankdar, were you there? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Santosh. Okay. Well, okay. So if you have there, so I told you a concept of taste. So taste can affect means that is actually a biomagnetic transformation. So I will give you a little bit of fundamentals on biomagnetic transformation and how this biomagnetic thing converts into creates changes in the mind. So these all are based on our ancient axioms that we are made up of 5 states of matter: solid state, liquid state, heat, fire state, or plasma. Then we have air and ether. So these are the 5 things in our body, and 5 of these, each element or state of matter will convert into transforms into different biomagnetic energies. So what is this biomagnetic energy? If you look at, so in our body we have these 5 states of matter. We have solid as bones, nadis, flesh and everything, whichever is solid, hard, brain, skull, teeth, everything is hard. Okay, and those hard parts are taken care, that's made up of this solid. Then liquid, all kind of liquids are there in our body. So if you look at liquid in the brain, we have cerebrospinal fluid, we have tear glands, saliva glands, endocrine system, enticing secretions of. Then we have the blood circulation, even blood circulation is even called like volcanic kind of, you know, heat. It's even called fire, you know, in ancient text. But we are talking about normally at least many liquids, our synovial fluid and all kind of fluids, that is called as another state of matter. So in a body we have solid state, liquid state, and then heat. So heat, what kind of heat is generated when we are eating food? Heat is generated, so it will again cook the warmness of the. So there is a kind of heat generated there. So it's a local heat for created during that kind of time. And so they've classified heat into 5 types of heats in our body, you know. And there are subclasses of that also. So there are, you know, so the heat, every heat is gone as a transformation as for seeing, for skin glow, you know, for digestion, all these things heat is used. So our body temperature, maintenance of our temperature, all are done by this fire. So fire means don't think orange color fire, because fire need not have a color. It's only electromagnetic spectrum. So people often get confused too when we cut our body, there's no fire, you know. What about X-ray, gamma rays, infrared rays, microwave, all these things? You don't see the fire, but it exists. Similarly, fire exists in our body. So these all are identified by our ancient sage scientists. So like that, then we have next transformation is the air. So the air, the next state of matter. Okay, so state of matter, the air is everywhere in our body. We breathe in air and it goes in all part of the body, not just the lungs. After it is using the lungs to, you know, transform, it acts as a transformer, it transforms into every part of the body. So that air is divided into 12 types of air in ancient science. Okay, all the 12 types of air, their functions are different, they do many things, okay, in our body. Then we have what is called the ether. The ether in our body is the life force, what we call as uir or soul. Okay, so that is if the ether stops, all the other things will stop. If the ether goes out of our body, everything stops. So this, what is that functions all this body? The whole body is the energy driven from the ether. Ether are little tiny energy particles that are revolving, and they form magnetic field our body. So this magnetic field only we call it as biomagnetism. Other kind of biomagnetism in air, it is produced as sound. So we are able to speak because air produces sound. It's a transformation of the air. We are converting the air into sound in the body. We are converting the heat and light here, and the fire into heat and light through our eyes, seeing, you know, and other activities internally. So that's the transformation. So we converting the so for the liquid into taste. All the liquid that we have, the different kind of liquids I told you, they transform into taste, and then all the solid transform into smell. Okay, so the ether by itself sends into only one thing, it transforms into touch. It can sense touch. Okay, so if that sense of touch, that's why a dead body, there is no ether, so it cannot, if you touch it, doesn't feel. So these are the 5 states of matter. So what is the fundamental thing needed for a human being to function is the 5 biomagnetic energies, so that your eyes are functioning, ears are functioning. So these 5 function, if these things are proper, then our brain functions properly, because it's only using a brain to this, and all this memory and everything are connected with these 5 transformations. So human beings can be healed through these 5 transformations. So we saw in class 2, 3, the taste parameter. So through touching, through tasting, how we can change ourselves. There is a component that will heal, and it can do many miraculous things in our body. Likewise, we can have aromatherapy. So I'm not going for all these sensory things. Or through sound, there is Nada Varmam and all. You can treat using Nada Varmam. So it will do just through listening to different kind of ragas, musics in ancient science. We can do many kind of healing, the sound transformation. Through touch, we already know Todu Varmam and other Varmam, massaging and all these things. It's already that is known. So the other thing is the sense of eye through using different light. So I will give you today, we'll go through the eyes and how it can be healed through the eyes. Okay, what kind of things that we need to do for healing through the eyes, and then we'll little bit cover on grounding. Okay, so far, are you clear about what I spoke? Everybody is like clear about what I told, or you still have confusion? Does it look like a theory that is that doesn't like sync with you, or it is like, oh yeah, this is makes sense? So what do you all think about this? So do you think that this cannot be a theory, it's a made up story or something like that, or do you think that this is also science? What's your thought? So I want your honest opinion on this, whatever you think.
I think this is science, but this is the first time we hear all these things, so it's not yet clear, it's not yet sinking in mind, unless we write it and then we have to go through that. That's all. Because right away we cannot hold the whole thing. But this is very new, but we believe this is science.
Okay.
Whatever our ancient people, they didn't say this is science and things, they just told us. We didn't know, only now we are understanding this. They knew all these things in that early age. Only now we are struggling to understand.
Okay. Wonderful. What about others? We all kind of generation X, Y, whoever, millennial, So this is the science which we really missed. Okay. So Rupa says science. Okay, anybody else? All SK, Santosh. It's a new topic. Okay. All right. So I want you to be very clear in this topic, because all healing happens in this area only. Okay. So this all transformations, see what happened. I'll tell you why we don't have the science kind of thing. See, when the Western education took place, so they separated Western knowledge, and so there was, suppose you think about this. Suppose in the West, what is the food? For example, in Italy, what is the the main food? Say you say pizza, for example, right? So 300 years back, say this pizza was the food. We don't know, maybe they had a better food, just telling you. So now the around 300 years back, the separation of science and religion happened in the West. So Western people had a different kind of science, religion. So even Christianity was one of the religion, but they had their own kind of religion also. But they wanted, but one time Christianity when dominated, so that is the time, all the science was given through, like our Gurukulam system. Their science and cultural also was there. They gave the religion. There was only religion thing, but they give there was science also hidden in that religion. Similar to this culture, there was also science. So they were trying to explain, they were telling about they got revelations. Some people got revelations about the universe, everything. But then there was a separation of the Christianity and the religion. So that happened only very recently, like say 300 years compared to the evolution is not very far. Okay. So then they separated. So say initially they ate the pizza, everybody will have to do the cross. Now, after the separation of religion and science, there was no cross, but they were eating pizza. Okay. So the culture, whatever they had, did not change. You see, when you separate the religion, it doesn't mean that, when you separate the religion, you will have a different perspective or some innovation thing will happen. Only you will have what is in your culture. So this, what is given as science is only a cultural representation. Every country, every traditions had different kind of perspectives for the world. The Mayan civilization, if you look at, they did a lot of things. World Native Americans did, Chinese did. So like that, Indian tradition is a huge thing. They had their own revelations. So these and all were not marketed. So what the West did, that was the big flaw. They didn't try, or maybe they tried, they didn't understood what different cultures are. They just promoted that this is only science to everywhere. That was the wrong concept. They separated their own culture, religion. They removed their own religion and took whatever. When you remove the religion, you will left with your own culture only. So that cultural perspective was only in the science. Okay. So today what we are learning is a Western perspective. It's not a complete science. Complete science means it should have included all the cultures in the world, different aspect, different culture has different things. So that didn't happen. So today world level education is only Western culture. That is not science. That is a culture. Science means it should be transdisciplinary. All culture should be inclusive, and all cultural parameters like this kind of things, all deeper psychology things, all concepts are explained. They reviewed things. Already these things are explained 10,000 years back. All kind of concepts, even quantum mechanics and all these things. But there were rip-off of things that were, even calendar was taken from Indian thing only. That's why, you have Akta, Septa, Nave, all this November, September, October and all. We have Dasa, December, So these all are concepts directly taken from India. So about calendar, there's not time, but there are other things you can talk, scientific talks. We did it in one of our webinars. Okay, so like that, many things was a rip-off of this culture. So what is needed, there are good things in West, that's a different story, but that is not complete. And accepting that science means Western science is a very wrong concept. That's all mechanisms what to explain are made up of only assumption. Statistics can be for something, but all the mechanisms are based on assumption. There is no proof for mechanism. So you have to understand this. Okay. So therefore, do not underestimate that this is a very fundamental, it's called paradigm shift. A new kind of paradigm shift of science. The science is very fundamental. It's very clearly done from origin. There is no Any question can be answered here, ultimately, right? With the root thing they have explained. They have broken down into body and all. Femtobiology, they've broken every part of the body in this science. They talk about, even deeper science, not only cellular biology, what is happening in our body, all these vayus, agnis, everything clearly explained, written, documented. So there is nothing to run to, because just people were talking in their own language. Now we all know how to translate this and give it to the world. So initially people were not knowing their way, it was within the culture. So today anybody in the world, we can explain this. So this is the most advanced science and technology that we have in the world, and people wanted to take and learn, they have to come. It's not the other way. We had enough of learning. Whole life we have spent all our money and for Western education, and nothing happened. No progress in humanity never progressed. It is giving a lot of stress and all these things, running after money. So here this is the whole science. So I wanted to give you a little bit of this, the topic, because you have to understand that this is it's called an indigenous science. Like how Western science have developed, we have developed our science and technology. It's science only. So this also has evidence. We have time tested evidence on this. We have statistics. Only thing is we haven't published and did the propaganda. Like we didn't have that kind of a facility or money. We didn't know that marketing is another thing. This which we learned from the West. But we don't have to prove using modern science. There is no need for that. This indigenous science, we have mechanisms are indigenous. Okay, this is for the Western people to understand this science. It's not the other way. Okay, so in this science, so what one of the thing is that, so these all are transformations, and these transformations, through the transformation we can do healing. So 5 transformations I told you. So remember, solid transformation is smell, liquid is taste, then heat and light, the fire is heat and light, then air is sound, and ether is touch. So these are the 5 states of matter we have. So once you can use the 5 transformations to heal our body. So you remember this. So healing can be done because, see, if you have a house, what do you need to build a house? You tell me. What do you need to build a house? What is first needed? Of course, you need money and all. But generally, as an architect, what do you need? As an architect, what do you need first? Tell me.
Money.
So somebody is asking, architect is asking, I want to build, he is going to build our house. Money is given. I told you, money all are given. Now he wants, how do we build? What does he need from us?
Right spot. We need to have a right
spot. And then, do
Then
we
the
need a plan or not? Do we need a plan?
the plan. We have to plan the plan.
Yes, we need the plan, where the bathroom should be, where the puja room should be, where the, living room, all these things need to be planned. If you don't have a plan, what happens? The house cannot be manifested. Okay. Same way, so there are components in our body. So there is a software component, which is like a plan, and there's a hardware component. That is where physically things will manifest. So anything in our body will manifest first as a plan only. Remember that. A problem in our body will come as a software only in the beginning. And only when you have that kind of a software, it will try to manifest. So what is that software in this body is that biomagnetic body. I told you 5 transformations are happening. That is the biomagnetic body. That's the magnet. It's magnetic in nature. Okay. So that magnet is responsible, okay, for because that magnet only, all the things are imprinted as a software. Whatever we see, whatever we hear, whatever we smell, whatever we taste, whatever we touch, or shrink into, like a video signal is shrink down, and it comes mixes with the magnet and becomes one. It is recorded there. So so in our physical body, so we can divide this body into three. One is the physical body. Okay, physical body, these four Buddhas we can give, the four elements we can give. Okay, which four elements? You can even call the solid, liquid. You can add even the air and the fire. That all be physical. Okay, but the ether is a non-physical body. Ethereal particles do not form atomic structures. There's no molecular structure. They're independent particles. They can expand out of our body. Okay, to some extent air we can say, but ether is completely like that. Okay, air, if it goes completely, air also will stop basically, but more when a ether and air layer, that kind of a layer we can call it. So what happens in this 5 transformation, the ether body? So we have the ether body is called the astral body. So we have a physical body. The ether body is called an astral body. And because of all these energy particles, 5 type of elements rotating, they all energy particles. If you break down in the molecular structure, anything, it'll eventually, if you take the liquid and break down, it will go to that liquid molecules, and then the atom and the particles will end up in the particles. They will have the transformation happening in the liquid. That transformation is a magnetic in nature. Okay, that's a magnetic in nature. The taste is a magnetic transformation. So all these 5 elements contribute to the magnet, and this is called the magnetic body. So all things that we are seeing, hearing, taste, smelling and all are having impact in our body. Say if you're say you had a small dot here. Okay, anybody has a dot somewhere?
Yeah.
We
Yes.
can convert this into a cancer.
Wow. Okay.
In 1 week.
Oh.
Do you want to test it? You can manifest. Why? Because the moment you see this may be a dot only, it will go away. Some point it could be a mole. But the moment, and somebody saw this and say, hey, my friend, last week she had the same issue, and then she went to the doctor. Give me a second, I'll just light some. And the doctor said, it was a skin cancer, so better be careful. That moment your mind was weak, so you tried to, what you did was you took it into your biomagnetic energy, you processed it, and then again you went to internet, and you now everybody is in Google, things they easily, all knowledge is coming through Google only, right? So whatever is available there, it'll come and you can do the thing, and then it'll give you information, and then you start to know, oh, maybe this, maybe that, and then you talk to few people, and next time you will have suddenly your weight was, you did some exercise or something, but you got a weight loss. Then somebody told your weight loss is associated with this. Then you started to become little fearful. When that fear started, epigenetic transformation happened in you in that. So you are forming that what you call the blueprint. That first blueprint for building the house, you need a blueprint, right? A plan. This plan has happened. So you don't have to worry. In few days, you will get cancer. Okay. So this is how you can manifest. So all disease, if you look at, has been manifested by us only. One way or the other, we are watching things that are coming to a, see what you have watched as mother, parents, what did we watch when we were, when the kid was pregnant? What kind of movies did we watch? Which movies were emotionally touching you? Things like that. We processed a lot of things. And now we don't know. We are thinking we have to have a solution by just giving a pill and it's all. Otherwise, you will not talk to me. If I talk like this, you will not believe me also. You wanted someone to give a very quick answer like that. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay. So, thank you. All right. So this is the thing. So you have to really think about what kind of thing that we have done in the past. That so now the same thing now. So when we do the present, if we change, the future is going to change. Okay. So now we have a problem. Now the same epigenetics we are going to do, changing transformation in the biomagnetic energy. So this will change. So this is very important. Give me a second, please. Okay. So now, how do we, one of the things that we can use is a lamp. Okay. So I will tell you how to form a light, and you can use this light to generate electromagnetic energy, and we can change the biomagnetic energy, and we can put whenever your biomagnetic energy intensifies, you can reprogram. Whenever we have energy only, we can really thought and do process well. So energy enhancement up to 40% we can increase the biomagnetic energy when we're using this kind of lamps. So this is the beginning of photomedicine, but I have very advanced photomedicine tools that we can use. So when I was in Harvard Medical School, I saw that I was in Wellman Center for Photomedicine. We were treating several things, healing and treating many cases like hair loss or even cancer and many other problems with just light. So what the particular light that was used was particularly blue and red light in a particular frequency using laser beams. Then I thought that something that we did in the past in ancient science, we already have these kind of things. But here, what is the difference? Here, the way that treatment went was to kill the cells. Like using lasers, you can even target some part of the point and remove the cells, those kind of things. You can burn it. So here I was thinking about what our ancestors have used, how they used it for healing. So there is a way you do. See, this is how think process. One is you can go to another country, you can have a war, you can kill people. That's like targeting people, you can shoot. That is normally people do in today's, war and everything, that is the approach. Everybody wants to take over another country, you kill people. That's a different approach. Another way is like pacifying. You talk to them and come to a thing and build a relationship and then solve the problems. So we are using the second way. So that is the difference between that photomedicine versus the holistic photomedicine. Holistic photomedicines are using such particular photons. Photons are nothing but electromagnetic. They are what you call light, can be seen as waves or particles. When they are seen as particles, they are called photons, nothing else. Okay, these particles enter in our body, they heal. So we used holistic photomedicine to generate that kind of particular photons, and we can use that for our healing. They will mingle with our biomagnetic energy. This is time tested. Our ancestors have already done this, and many of you are by default doing at your home. Okay, in one way or the other, but you may not be knowing, and now after coming to another culture and all, you would have forgotten those kind of things. You were not interested, or because you thought your logic went with the Western logic, and therefore you forgot. How many of you light up a diya, like a diya, like a lamp, agal vidak or anything, at your home frequently? How many of you raise your hands? Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, in other cultures also we do. In Islamic culture, in Christianity, doesn't matter. You would have done other things. Only thing, we do things according to other cultural thing. But like you light a lamp, so I will tell you the difference. So how many? So you're saying yes, Santosh. What about others?
We have to be careful. We have to turn it off or we have to put it out. So that's one of the reasons I don't light a candle or something. We have to be careful.
Okay. Well, so one of the things that's we are scared about is that
Fire, yeah, that's
yeah, but we have most dangerous things in our house is a gas.
yeah.
And every time we are turning on the gas, but we are not worried. And the gas supply is also continuous.
Yeah.
It is not supplying even locally. It's continuously supplied,
Yes.
in the gas. So we have more dangerous thing than we think, first of all. Okay. So I would suggest using a lantern to be on the safe side. You know what's a lantern, right?
Yeah. Hurricane lantern, the small one.
Yes. So keep it inside and use this. Okay. So what does this do? It will generate photons. I will tell you how to use it. Yeah, for you, I would suggest particular oil you can use. I would give a ratio of coconut oil and ghee 50-50%.
50-50.
Okay. This particular problem, you can use that. And you are more, you can use, of course, if there is no option, you can use sesame oil also. Sesame also is okay to use. It is also having special property. But you have to use traditional coconut oil and particular type of ghee. Okay. If you don't get the traditional coconut oil and ghee, that is from a good source, then not recommended. So you can go, people who feel that's vegan, you can go. I'm talking about a very sattvic kind of ghee, highly sattvic ghee. Otherwise it will not function. Otherwise you can go for sesame oil, plain sesame oil, dark black sesame seed oil. Okay, so you will have to put the lamp. So there are ways you can do passive way, active way. A passive way is easy for your kid, depending on what level the kid is. In certain kids, they can listen to some information, you can do the active way. Otherwise, passive way, put at the corner, maybe it's a northeast corner where the kid, when the kid is sleeping. Okay, and put next to the head, close to the head, very corner, very tiny tip, make the thing very tight, the wick, and the flame could be very little. Especially put it like after 10 o'clock, you know, that time 10, 11, 12, it should go up to 2 o'clock.
Is it night time after 10?
Night time. Okay, and put it in a very corner as if that's one of the lights you use for, you know, night light. It is safe also. If you keep
Where do we
safe.
get that lamp, please? Where do we get that lamp? The lantern.
Agal vilak, you can get it in any Indian store here.
Oh, Namma Agal Vilakku, the
Simple
sand,
agal vilak, that
the
the
clay
lamp.
Agal Vilakku.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Clay lamp used for Diwali and all.
Yeah,
Don't use
and
any
we
color
can use
thing and
the
all.
metal
Use
one.
very. I would go for the South Indian type instead of going for North Indian like color and other things they will put. So go for more South Indian.
The metal Kuttu Vilakku, that's not okay. Metal Kuttu Vilakku.
Metal is other things are there. Agal vilak is the best.
Okay.
Because everything generates, it will pick the photons from that vilak itself, you know, it will give some kind of a clean photon, you know, very grounding photon. So I have a lot of things on photo medicine itself, but I'll give you a little bit of things. So you do this very passive way. So what happens during that time when you do it, will generate electromagnetic energy, and because it's dark, room is dark, that energy will have to go, you're targeted, it'll observe through our nadis. But our nadis are, you know, it'll observe the photons very passively. Actively, if you're doing, there are ways to do. That needs a initiation process and things like that. I cannot just do it right away, but if people are interested, you can contact me later. So we can do actively. There are several openings in your brain, 6 points. We need to activate those points, Parama points. So it's a little process. It take, you know, 45 minutes to 1 hour. If you do that, then you can actually generate, you can observe the photons through these sources, and it'll help to clean up the brain. So there is a whole process is there. It's all called Kavadiyatam. Maybe I can show you. Some things. So this, in the brain there are very important points, our brain. So these point, if you generate the photons, we can do a certain process between the midbrain and this point, and then we can generate a resonance of waves. And all these waves, if you create different waves, positive, negative, if you can trigger this entire point, you'll span the entire semicircle, and then you can have a span across, you know, 3-dimensional So half hemisphere we can activate the brain waves and it will do miraculous things. So these and all takes a lot of process. Okay. So I just want to tell you now, but right now what you're doing, you can passively do that from remote so that these points are activated. But actively doing it will, we cannot do it within this the time. Okay, so I want you to go for passive. Later, if you are interested in active, we can do that's a separate thing. Okay, so there are different points. This 1, 2, 3 point here, and then the 6 points. Very important point in the brain. Okay, so this is how you have to bring the our ancient knowledge of bringing photons and using them for healing. We have very successful cases. I have lot of successful cases. So not only this, I've used this like extensive version of things for the whole body. I have a thousands of tools for just using the photo medicine, different type of oil, different kind of wick, different kind of lamps, different directions. Many things are there. It's a very holistic photo medicine is a complete new subject. Okay, this one day and all are not enough, 1 hour and all. So I want to give you a little bit of tips so that you can start using it very passively. For active and all, you have to take a holistic photo medicine when our seminar or our workshop starts. We will let you know, or if there is a special requirement from this group, I will do that. But this is the thing, so the photons are going to do a lot of things in our body. It'll go and enhance the biomagnetic energy. It'll do a lot of changes in the brain, and then that is where you can reprogram the brain. It'll be completely, the brain is occupied by a new kind of wave, and you can reprogram now. You can do like new memory, new things. The kid will try to just observe this. Start with a photo. It'll affect 10 to 15% passively. Actively you will do, it will be 40%. But 10 to 50% itself is a big impact change, or because we have other things to also that contributes every 10%. So food, taste, and other things that I'm going to tell you around this, right? So which is good. And so these changes you can see after a few weeks. Something is, so when you do this, the kids started to see something new after some time. You can see some changes. Oh, he's doing better in this. That you will see at least in a mandala 48 days and all. Amazing changes can be. Some people say in 21 days. I have given this for even chemotherapy and all. Very full photo medicine. People take chemotherapy and then photo medicine come back. It'll break down. Few when you're taking chemotherapy, lot of they have a lot of heaviness, lot of problems after that. But combating these photons will combat. So there are methods so that we can do. So now I will open for questions. Okay, interactions now. Already running. Yeah. Questions now.
How long do we light that lamp? You say around 10 o'clock we can.
10 o'clock, you can leave it up to 2 o'clock. You just leave it.
Oh, 10 to 4 also.
I would fill with the oil, because this is a very important time. What happens? You're protecting any negative energy coming, because that is the time all negative energy dominates, things like that. And we are keeping the holistic awareness in that during that time. Second thing is the photon generator itself will enter into the brain. It does many things, so it start to interact with the neurons in our brain, create changes. They can even see some dreams and things like that, different kind of thing. If you are in the part of the room, you will also see a lot of changes. You can also be in the room if you're with the kid. You can try in your room and see what happens. Wow, how without that, with that, keep on changing, one day with that, one day without that. See, look at your sleep cycle. Look at what changes happen. Look at your dream or other things, and small things you observe and see, and you will see even the passive thing is making a very big impact. Then you can trust on this. This is working.
And where do we keep the agal vilakku? Where do we keep this?
Yeah, well, you can keep it at the northeast corner in that room. Okay.
In the bedroom, or you meant where do we put it?
Yeah, in the bedroom only, wherever the person is sleeping.
Okay.
In a very corner, you can keep
Okay.
the bedroom. Okay. See, in a room and puja room and all, we do this. It will generate locally in the puja room. If the kid is going to the puja room, it's good. Okay. But we are today, everything is changed. People don't go for puja separately and do this. That culture is gone.
Or near the
Elderly
bedroom.
people do. Sorry.
Sorry, in the hallway close to the bedroom, that would be okay too. Hallway close to the bedroom.
See, photons means, think about how photons will travel. The nearer I will do even this much. This is the closeness I do when I do active way. So think about it. Active way is like 40%. So the farther it is, the impact will be less. That's all.
The less effective.
It'll impact, but impact will be less. Okay. Do we have any centers in India? Well, this is I haven't given anybody, but you keep in touch. I might be teaching a course online, and I this also can be done online. It takes time. That's all. With this, within these 6 classes, we won't be able to finish. Photo medicine is a whole new program completely. I'll be teaching in courses in some universities, such as Mother Teresa University, SSM group of colleges and all. There are around 28,000 students who will be taking our courses soon. So that time we will open up. So you can register through that course. It is cheaper for you. Through the university, you can learn. Okay. So I will let you know. Keep in touch. Here we can teach online. Here I'm in US. We do workshops and all. So when our workshop comes, I'll let you know. Photo medicine we did last month. Yeah. For now 2 months ago, 1.5 months. We did one photo medicine. So wherever there is requirement, we'll do. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're raising a kid in India? Yeah. So you can attend one of workshop, or you can attend through our programs. So keep in touch with me. You can either join, one of these groups. We're going to add a group. Mahendiran will be adding one of the groups. So you're already in the group. I'll update you in this group. Okay. Yeah. We have also, if you want to join Siddha Veda, is also a group you can join. Want Siddha Veda groups. But this group also, whatever we have, we will be updating. So Siddha Veda is a community. Lot of WhatsApp groups are there. Many groups are there. Almost 70-80 groups are there. You can join one of the groups. Siddha Veda. WhatsApp. Okay. So yeah, we will let you know, but do the passive thing and see for yourself. Okay, how these things work. And then you go for active things, or a lot of things are there in active things, lot of activities. It takes lies because it's a whole new concept, you know. For us it is very time consuming, because see, these and all should have been our education system. Now we have developed a curriculum, so it will going to be in education in India in the coming year. This it's already started, so it will go in all universities, these kind of things. Okay, so we are getting approval, accreditation, everything done from different countries. India is accepting only if they are accepting internationally. Till then, Indian UGC and all, you know, they won't know this is a curriculum only. They won't understand. Should be accepted here, then only they accept. As a very pathetic state. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So we will. Any other questions regarding this? Other questions on this? No questions. Anything else we can try as passive? So passively, well, first thing I told you, I will cover grounding next week. Passively, what all you can do. Next week is completely, I will tell you passive healing. Okay, only passive healing. What all you can do, what all, you know, in terms of, you know, like you're playing and all, what kind of material we use, all those things I will tell you. So we can do passively. So right now you can do Agnihotra, for example, once in a week. Agnihotra is another thing that you can do, because that's also photon generating, and this is passive way you can do at your home. It will you know, useful, you know, very quickly do it, and make a small flame if you want to turn off your thing, whatever way you wanted to do, you know, because alarm and everything is there. So if you're in foreign countries, that's a problem, especially in United States, Western countries, where they have this problem, wooden houses. So otherwise, you have to take care of that, you know, make sure everything is done properly. And in temples and all, here also they do, you know, small fire and all, they, you know, that is allowed. So you need to have that kind of a facility to do that. But you can do in a very small scale, Agnihotra and all. Okay, small copper, you know, a little bit of thing, and you do. That will also generate. Once in a while, simply like a puja or anything, whenever you're doing, do the Agnihotra. That'll also help. Okay.
When when could you teach us some physical exercise, please?
That'll be last class.
Oh, that will be the last, like brain therapy,
Yeah,
things
brain
like
therapy
that.
and all. For I will teach. Next week will be only grounding. Grounding, what are activities you can do and things like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I noticed when I was doing that for Elil, he was kind of calm.
Okay.
Yeah, that helped.
Okay.
And Dr. Ravindran also taught me
Yeah.
more. So it really helped. He looked very calm.
Yes. Definitely. So I will do this, and maybe after the exercise I will review on the whole thing, you know, if you have any questions. Whole thing once. Okay, so right now if you don't have questions, we can wrap up. Any other questions? Okay, anything to help sleep duration? Will this passive approach help? Although yes, it'll give very deep sleep. Okay, coconut ghee and all are very grounding things. That's why I'm giving this. Coconut ghee, both are highly grounding. Coconut has special properties. It is cooling, grounding, it will give clarity. Vata disturbance. So coconut give clarity of the mind. It's good for the brain. Ghee is also grounding. It's highly spiritual aspect. Both are amazing things. Both these things, two things are amazing. But ghee, you need to find the right source of ghee. You cannot give random ghee. If you can find a goshala and you can get the ghee from there, I get it from at least 3 sources from India. So if you wanted to purchase, I can give you the link and all. So I keep it, I save it and keep it in bulk. We come for 6 months and then, like that. Because the only thing we consume is maybe ghee, because we don't buy milk or anything here. So ghee can be stored. Milk and other thing cannot be stored. We know what is the level of things here, with milk and all. So we stopped using. So since I'm a vegan, I wanted my kids, they will be scared, my mother or my wife, oh, kids need milk, that kind of mind. So I thought, maybe we'll have ghee if you think that way. But ghee is also grounding. It is for the the planetary thing. It will take care of, and it's a Ketu based, planet. It's a highly spiritual, and it'll clean up the brain also. So these are properties of ghee. So these two combinations are amazing. Okay. Not that sesame oil is less. Sesame oil is also equally good. If you don't have these two things, use sesame oil. Okay, sesame oil maybe a little bit of heat but we in the Siddha tradition we say, it is all season. But in Ayurvedic tradition, I found some heat pitta increase of the ghee during summer time. Okay, so otherwise these two are fine, but they have different properties. I told you, each component has generated different kind of electromagnetic spectrum. If you put in a ghee or coconut oil, you can look, the flame will be different. If you look at the generated electromagnetic wave is also very different. Okay, if you can observe through your eye itself. So the best thing will be ghee and coconut oil. Yes.
Okay, how do we use this coconut oil and ghee? One thing you tell us that in Nagal Vilakku, that lantern, we can use it.
No,
And then
other way you can eat, consume it. That's a different story.
on the
Consuming
food, we
different
can
gas.
pour it.
They're
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
This is through generating photons, their photons.
Okay.
We're generating photons through this. Photon is fast healing. I told you, see, food will convert into 7 types of tissues, saptadhatus, and then finally convert into energy, and then it will heal. So it will take a longer process. Photons, they directly mingle with, that is the erasing in a rubber, you are erasing the plan. Hey, this is a room, I'm going to change this bathroom, this is going to be bigger size. So we are doing the plan, you're erasing on the directly on the plan. Then everything, the manifestation of the house and all will change. Okay. Here in the food process, already the home is built and then we have to break some window, do some adjustment and all, and then fix it. So that is the difference.
Do we warm
okay.
this food little bit, these two are ghee and coconut oil, do we warm it or just to take it cold like
No. You have to
solid
always
state?
see coconut oil is a way you can use. You can use our body, rubbing on all. Summer and all is very useful. But it will block all your pores. Coconut oil, if you use like that. First one, it should be warmed. Second one, how you can take it, I will tell you. You take bath. Okay. Take bath and then with warm water. And then come out of the bathroom. And you just rub it with a towel, and then leave some moisture. Use the coconut oil, put all over the body. Again, go back to the shower, wait for 1 minute, take a shower, and then come back. So this what happens, this called thermoporation. Thermoporation is a process where heat generates your pores, will expand because of the heat. And the heated coconut oil, that's the drug that goes in, penetrates into the cell. So the nadis will open up and then it gets absorbed very easily without blocking. If you're putting on a cold, just coconut oil, it will block all your pores very easily without warming up and doing this process. So that's how you take intake through transdermal drug delivery. It's called transdermal drug delivery through your skin using this. Okay. So ghee and all you can use with rice, but we have to warm it up and only use in the rice. Do not use ghee with old rice. If you're having old rice, afternoon rice, you keep in the evening, better make into a fermented. Don't use the Palayasur kanji, don't put ghee. Okay. And do not use the ghee with old rice. It becomes poisonous. Only with fresh rice you should use ghee. So these are ancient science mentions. Poison means I didn't detect or anything. But this poison level is not at this what we see. It's a poison in a different level. Okay.
Just last question, please. You said we can pour water in the rice. When the rice is done at night, we keep it out, and the next morning we drink that water. Do we put any little salt or yogurt?
Yeah, you can add a little salt, yogurt and all. Cold season you can do that way. Hot season. In cold season you can even little warm it up. You can take the water away, drink it.
Yeah.
Or keep it separately, and the other rest of the thing you can add a little bit water. There'll be still some if you warm it up, some microwaves, microorganism will die. But in the because you cannot eat cold in this cold season. We like warm food, so add some jeera, black pepper powder, and then little salt, and then little bit warm it up, and then you can, since you already taken the water, you can drink the water and then you can heat the hot soup, warm soup. So that way it goes with the puri kadala, like puffed rice with peanut and all. It's a good combination.
Okay.
Or with murku also.
Okay, so you are talking about kanji. You meant when we cook rice, the kanji, that's what you are meaning, kanji?
No, I'm showing Palayasur kanji is not the cooked. I'm not
Okay,
talking about the kanji. I'm just telling, did I talk about the fermented rice soup, the first class?
Maybe, yeah, you told us, but it didn't pay much attention.
So you take a pot, like a manpand, like a clay pot. Okay, take some. If you are having afternoon rice, you can put it in the evening. You can just keep it inside and pour some water. Okay, pour some cold water. Nicely, smash it, and then you can keep it overnight. Wet a cotton cloth, wet cloth, cotton cloth, close it, leave it near a window or somewhere. It's a moon food. So overnight, after 8 hours, fermentation, you can start to consume the water, or you can take like a soup. Anyway, you can take it. This only I'm talking about having it as cold, or in the summer you can eat in a different way. It is rich with high microorganism, amino acids, very good for the gut. This is a gut cleaning thing process, and because of the gut, the brain. So you have very good microorganism. So I told you about gut, and you refer to my videos. Earlier videos I talk about gut and the brain. So all these things are there in the recorded videos. It's okay, give ghee as it's made from cow milk. Which cows? Okay to give which cows I'm talking about? Stressful cows that are here in United States. They die miserably. Those cows, the cows that are the mothers that are going to die after some time, and before that we take the mother's milk. What is the condition of that mother? No, not in every store. India is also spoiled equally. India is big time spoiled. So try to get a no. You once upon a time these Amul ghee and all they used to get from farmers, local farmer. Now you have a lot of mixed. See, we also had cows back in India. That time we didn't know these all Jersey cows. Because they give a lot of milk. But you should have the not to pursue. Best thing is find Goshala and get it from Goshala. The cows are taken care very well. They give milk the calf very well. Only extra milk they will take it, and there is a method. They do there's no stress because all they die naturally. They do not sell it. So try to get a Goshala kind of milk. It will be tough for you. So ghee you can get best. Okay. So don't get from random some stores and all, like you're getting sesame oil from some company, or these kind of things. You don't even know these kind of companies, whether they are good or not, So you have to know the source, how they're doing really, are they doing for, traditional methods. Okay. So you have to do some research there. But once upon a time, they used to be good Amul and all. Right now it's all gone commercial. Okay. Any other questions? Can close them. 2 more minutes. Okay. Yeah. I can share in the group. Okay. Migi and all will share. Not a problem. Okay. Thank you. All right. See you all next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.